Hello friends, I am Devinder Singh Chawla. Today once again I have come before you with a new video. In this video I'll tell you about people apply for the Canada visa and it is rejected due to the travel history. The visa officer has specified the reason as the reason of rejection as your travel history. So let us start this video, and in this I'll tell you all the point what the visa officer looks into in your travel history. So the first point I want to make clear is that in nowhere in the Canadian Embassy website it is written that you require a travel history to apply for Canada visitor visa or tourist visa or 10-year multiple visa it is also called. So it is also called temporary resident visa. So in the Canadian Embassy website it is nowhere mentioned that you require a travel history to apply for this visa or to get this visa. So there is no requirement as such. It is mentioned nowhere else. But still, sometimes the visa officer points out that due to your travel history, the visa has not been granted. So I'll tell you point wise how means what are the points which are the visa officer sees in your travel history. So first point is that you have got no travel history or you have got zero travel history. So if you have submitted your fresh passport and you have applied for the Canada tourist visa on the first place, like you straight away apply for the Canada visa, you have not traveled abroad anywhere. So then you will have zero travel history. In the case of zero travel history, what the visa officer will consider, why, since you have not traveled anywhere and you are straightway traveling to Canada, so it's a big question mark in his mind that he has got some other purpose to go there and that he wants to settle there. He is not a tourist or he is not a genuine tourist and genuine traveler. So with zero travel history, the visa can be rejected. So we should have a good travel history. So and the next point is he may reject it on the basis of limited travel history. Limited travel history means you have traveled to only one country or two country and that to visa free countries. Visa free countries is where you go and you get visa on arrival. They are called visa free countries or visa on arrival countries like Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia. They are visa. There you get the visa when you arrive at the airport. They are known as visa on arrival countries or visa free countries. So if you have traveled there only once, so that will lead to limited travel history. So that is also not a very strong travel history. The visa officer can refuse you a visa on the basis of this. So I am not saying that you should not travel to the countries which are visa free or which have got visa on arrival. You can travel there. That will also be counted as a travel history. But if you have got only that travel history, that is not sufficient. So, and the third point is we come to the next point is that you have rush travel history. Rush travel history means you have taken a package for a tour to five countries and you have traveled those countries in 5 days. So that comes under rush travel history that you have covered so many countries in such a hurry. So means it is clear from your travel history that you have done this travel only to fulfill a certain condition of travel history of making a travel history. So it will be considered a rush travel history. It is not a good point. So this will not give you any weightage in the eyes of visa officer. So he will think that he has created this travel history only to fulfill this requirement that you have a travel history. So this shows that you are not a genuine traveler or a genuine tourist. If you are a genuine tourist, a genuine tourist always spends some time in a country. He will spend at least 4 to 5 days in a country. I'm not saying that you should not travel to more countries in one go. You can go there. You can go to two countries at a time. But you should spend at least 4 to 5 days in one country. So you should make a trip of like a tour package of 8 days or 10 days, so that you are able to spend 4 to 5 days in one country. So that will not be a rush travel history. So if you cover so many countries, four or five countries in 5 days, then it will spoil your travel history and it will waste your money also. It will not give you any benefit. So be careful in it. Please don't do it because other agents advise you that you go to five countries together in 5 days. I'll give you package so cheap package. Means then they will say, "Will apply for the Canada visa, you will get the visa." It is all false. Please don't go by that. If you, it's better to go to one country at a time and than to waste your money in this type of things. This will give you means no plus points. So I don't encourage it. Please don't do it. That's my opinion. That's my suggestion. It's up to you to decide. Okay. So, and then the next point is, that's the fourth point, is that you have got a very old travel history. Old travel history doesn't mean that you have been traveling from very long time. Old travel means there is a long gap in your travel. Like you went there 10 years before, you went on a foreign travel at maybe 10 years before or 7 years before. So means you don't have any latest travel history. Means like in the last 1 year or 2 years, you have not gone abroad, or you have not taken any foreign tours. So that is called very old travel history. That is also a bit means it will not give you more weightage in the eyes of visa officer. He will think that you have gone there very long time back and now suddenly you are going to USA or Canada visa. You have applied for Canada visa. If you have applied for USA visa, it will be the same. So please, you should have some latest travel history, like within 1 or 2 years, when you apply for the Canada visa, Canada tourist visa, or USA tourist visa. So, and the fifth point and the next point is that you should not overstay in any of the countries. आपने किसी भी country में overstay नहीं करना. You are not to overstay in any country, not even for 1 day. So if you have got a visa for 15 days, come at least 2 or 3 days before the last date, so that you are means on the safe side. You always, that will show that you respect your visa, you respect your stay in the country, and you come back always in time. So that gives a very good impression to the visa officer. So that makes your travel history very good and very strong. So if you get a visa for 1 month, please come at least 5 to 6 days before your visa expires. So be careful about it. Never overstay your visa, the duration of your visa. So that is a means that point you cannot erase from your passport. So that will always be there, and that will always be a negative point in your travel history. And visa officer means take this offense. This is a offense actually. The visa officer takes it a offense, and it's a serious offense. So that will spoil your chances of getting a Canada visa or USA visa. And the one more point is, that's means like that is also a good point. Means you should means always be careful about it. You had stayed in some country for too long. Like you went to some country on a tourist visa or visitor visa, and you stayed there for very long. Like some people have got a USA visa, they have already visited USA, and they had got a entry of 6 months. Mostly the visitor who goes to the USA, they get a entry of 6 months. So if you, that person has stayed there for full 6 months, then it becomes a long stay. That you had utilized the full time and you stayed there for full period of your stay there. So that is also a bit negative. You should come back at least 2 months before your stay. If you have got a stay of 6 months, please come back after 3 months or 4 months. Don't stay for the full period. So this comes under a long stay. So this also puts a doubt in the mind of the visa officer, that if we will grant him or her the visa, he or she may not come back. He or she may find a way to stay there and try to not come back to his or her home country. So please, these are the things which you should take care while making your travel history. But still, once again I tell you that there is no such condition it's no such condition that is written on the Canada embassy's website, that you need to have a travel history. You can get a tourist visa on a fresh passport also. So there is no such thing, no such requirement is there that it is compulsory to have a travel history. But if you are making a travel history, because it make it a proper, that it appears that you are a genuine traveler and a legal tourist. Legal tourist means you don't do any illegal things on tourist visa. You don't work there. You don't overstay. You have to show it in your travel history. So be careful about it. And so this is the my video for the today, and I hope that you might have liked it. And if you have liked it, please press the like button and share it with your friends, family members, and your relatives. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed it, and please press the bell icon so that you get the notifications of my video from time to time. And one more thing I want to tell you about my offer, which I give in all the videos, is that if you want to get your Canada visitor visa file made free of cost, you can contact me on my mobile number, which is given below in the description. And you can call me and fix an appointment and meet me, and I'll make your file free of cost. And one more thing is that I have written a book for you. This is the book which I have written for you. In this, every detail is given how to apply for Canada tourist visa, and you can apply for it. If you read this book and you go through it, you can apply for the Canada tourist visa by yourself. You don't need the help of any agent or consultant. Every detail is given in it, and there is a sample copy of everything in it. There is a sample copy of the application form which you have to fill, and from which website you have to download it. There is a sample copy of everything in it, like covering letter, itinerary, uh, CA certificate, and all the document which you have to put in your file. So this is a very helpful book. Its price is only 250 rupees. So which you can pay me through Paytm or money order. The Paytm number I have also given in the description. Along with my mobile number, I have given the Paytm number also. You can send me the money on my Paytm number or through money order, and I will send you this book through registered post or courier. Okay, that was all for my video. Okay, bye.